What up YouTube kids, Miss Primer back at you with another video. As we all know, if you're watching this the day of upload, it's about 2 days till Christmas, and I have not yet actually done a Christmas review yet this whole month. My last review was on the Catching Fire soundtrack, which I did before the movie came out, which, by the way, if you get the chance to see it. You're gonna love it. I certainly did. And as we all know, ABC Family's doing their whole 25 days of Christmas thing, you know, showing Christmas Story, Home Alone, Polar Express, The Grinch, all those classics. But there is one holiday film that has come out most close to 20 years ago, and it is extremely underappreciated. It gets little to no airtime during the holidays, and I personally love it. I mean, I saw it for the first time like 10 years ago when I was in second or third grade in elementary school during this time of year. And I got it in a 4-pack a couple of years ago alongside Miracle on 34th Street, Home Alone, and A Christmas Story, or Christmas Carol, sorry. Two completely different movies. And I've just fallen in love with it ever since. I can't go one holiday season without watching this movie at least once. Sometimes twice. This week alone, I've watched it 3 times. It is just a really good movie that I love. What movie am I talking about? I'm talking about Jingle All the Way. That's right, Jingle All the Way. I mean, really underappreciated, little to no airtime during the holidays, but still a really good holiday comedy. Now, the thing that really drew me to this about 4 years ago was the fact it said Schwarzenegger on the cover. During that year, 2009, when I first saw this movie, in its entirety, I had just kind of gotten hooked onto Terminator. And that's really got introduced to Arnold Schwarzenegger. So when I saw this, I was like, what? Schwarzenegger? There's no way. So I popped this into my computer and watched it, and fell in love with it ever since. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And this is, without question or pause, one of my favorite holiday movies to watch. I mean, this, The Polar Express, and if I had to name a third, Home Alone 2 are my top 3. Now, this movie takes place in 1996. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a father named Howard Langston, who is a very much workaholic. I mean, he is lifelong workaholic. And he's always bad with keeping his promises, like missing his son's karate class, going to a parade, missing all the important family stuff. And apparently, because of that, he forgot to get his son the #1 Christmas toy of the year that he really wanted, which is a Turbo Man doll, which, as you can see there on the cover. And he has to fight pretty much everybody in town. A desperate mailman, con man, Santa Claus, pretty much everybody else in the Twin Cities to get his son that gift for Christmas. And it is a pretty good movie. So the cover, as you can see, features Schwarzenegger, Jingle All the Way. You've got Arnold Schwarzenegger there playing Howard Langston. Down here on the corner you have Jamie, who is played by Jake Lloyd, who we all know as Anakin Skywalker from Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And there you can see him holding a Turbo Man doll. Non-stop action by Kids News Network. On the back, it mentions includes the full screen and widescreen version. You have a picture there of Howard Langston and Myra Larrabee, the mailman, played by Sinbad. You have a few other screenshots from the film. Ted and what's the wife's name? Liz. And there you have Myra and Howard fighting at Mickey's dining car. I forget who plays Ted, but I know this was the last movie the actor did before he passed away. And there was a read up here on the back, which I'll go ahead and read to you. It reads, Arnold Schwarzenegger stars in this hilarious holiday comedy as a father desperate to buy that must-have Christmas toy during a frantic last-minute shopping spree on Christmas Eve. Howard Langston, Schwarzenegger, has promised his young son a Turbo Man action figure for Christmas, unaware it's the season's hottest-selling toy. And so begins a frenzied quest that pits Howard against a stressed-out mailman, Sinbad, a sleazy Santa impersonator, James Belushi, and every other harried parent in town in the best holiday family film in years. And the best holiday family film in years is quoted by John Scotter of Entertainment Time Out. Also here on the bottom it mentions Turbo Pack with lots of laughs for the entire family. You'll love this film by Elaine Blythe of Film Advisory Board. Basics, no special features, surprisingly. Rated PG for action, violence, mild language, and some theatric elements. So you might, parents, if you're watching, you might want to watch this with your kids. Don't leave them with us by themselves, because there is a little bit of foul language in this movie, and a little bit of alcohol content. No special features, surprisingly. I think some of the standalone copies of this movie might have special features, but this one that comes in the 4-pack does not, and also you can tell because it comes in a thinner case. Crack it open. Very blank recycling logo and a very blank disc. Very rainbowy. You can see my my MacBook in there in the reflection. This is one of those types of things that they did where they put the full screen version of the film on one side of the disc and the widescreen on the other. Now, this film actually did get one little piece of promotional propaganda when it came out. In the late 90s, Tiger Electronics, which was an old toy company from the late 90s, early 2000s, they actually produced actual figures of the Turbo Man doll from the movie, with all the same features: the rock and roll jetpack, the disc shooter, the boomerang, and the realistic voice box that says, "It's Turbo Time." That part is not entirely true. In the movie, the Turbo Man doll has 5 phrases. The one that Tiger Electronics came out with only had 4. The only other 2 phrases that we know of besides the 2 that were in the movie were "Beware of evildoers" and "Good work, Booster." The 2 that we hear in the movie are "It's Turbo Time" and "You can always count on me." No 5th phrase has been uttered. I mean, we never knew what it was. No videos of the toy on YouTube have mentioned it. Just those 4 phrases. And the voice is not even the same one from the movie. It is a much different voice actor, which I'm guessing they couldn't get the license for. But, you know, I'm going off on tangents here. But overall, if you're in the mood for a good holiday comedy and you like Arnold Schwarzenegger, this is not a bad movie. The last 4 years, I've watched this movie countless times. I literally just pulled this thing out of my DVD player just so I can review this for you guys. I know I did a review a couple of years ago as request by, I think Chris P. and Ali requested I review this with a couple of my other holiday films. But in all seriousness, if you can get this, pick this up. This version in particular, I got this in a 4-pack at Walmart as part of some holiday movie collection, which has this, Home Alone, Miracle on 34th Street, and A Christmas Carol in it. I'm not sure which version of Miracle on 34th Street and Christmas Carol it is, because the only version I have of Christmas Carol is the one with Jim Carrey. But, this is a really good film. I cannot recommend this enough. So I guess that's about it. Later, guys. I am out of here.